the permissible mad and the required mad. Stay tuned right after this intro. Mad jaiz munfasil. Am I using Arabic terms? Yes, I am. It means permissible prolongation in separate words. How do we recognize the permissible mad in the Quran? The permissible mad is divided into two categories. First is the mad jaiz munfasil hakiki, the authentic permissible mad, and second is the mad jaiz munfasil hukmi, the non-authentic permissible mad. Let's begin by looking at the authentic permissible mad. The authentic permissible mad occurs whenever any of the mad letters alif, waw, or ya is joined in a recitation before a hamzah which is written with an alif. In a wasal recitation, it is permissible to recite it with 4 or 5 harakats. But in a waqf situation, it returns to the natural mad of only 2 harakats. For example of a mad alif which meets with a hamzah in Surah Al-Baqarah verse number 4. وَالَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِمَا أُنزِلَ إِلَيْكَ. In a waqf situation, recite it with only 2 harakats. وَالَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِمَا أُنزِلَ إِلَيْكَ. It is called the authentic permissible mad because of its word separation which could be identified clearly. Example of a mad waw which meets with a hamzah in Surah Al-Baqarah verse number 30. قالوا أتجعل فيها من يفسد فيها. In a waqf situation, recite it with only 2 harakats. قالوا أتجعل فيها من يفسد فيها. Another example of the mad ya which meets with a hamzah in Surah Nuh verse number 6. فَلَمْ يَزِدْهُمْ دُعَائِي إِلَّا فِرَارًا. In a waqf situation, recite it with only 2 harakats. فَلَمْ يَزِدْهُمْ دُعَائِي إِلَّا فِرَارًا. The non-authentic permissible mad are written in a way that the separation of the 2 words seems unidentified, and it could be mistaken as a single word. The non-authentic permissible mad was meant to be recited only in a wasal recitation and not separating the 2 words. The non-authentic permissible mad occurs when the mad alif is written as a small alif that meets with a hamzah that is written with an alif or a waw. For example, يا أيها الكافرون. Another example, هؤلاء. The non-authentic permissible mad are recited only with a wasal recitation with the prolongation of 4 or 5 harakats. The required mad, or in Arabic it is known as mad wajib muttasil. What does it mean? Mad literally means prolongation. Wajib means required. And muttasil means connected as in a single word. How do we recognize the required mad in the Quran? The required mad happens when any of the mad letters, alif, waw, or ya, meets with a hamza that is written on its own, with a waw at the end of a word, or with a ya. As an example, السماء ماء أولئك هم المفلحون آباؤهم سوء العذاب. The required mad has only one exception. That is when any of the mad letters, alif, waw, or ya, meets with a hamza that is written alone, which comes in a form of a replaced mad. For example, Ya Adam, Kama Adam, إننا آمنا. As the replaced mad are known to be in the beginning of a word, it clearly indicates that the prolongation is in a two-word form, which is the permissible mad, either the authentic or the non-authentic. I hope that you have benefited from this tutorial. Do subscribe, like, and share our videos. I'll see you in the next episode. As-Salaamualaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.